Tina Marganin, and I'm here with my two buddies, Sarah Reckley,
John Gracie.
and we're really excited to share with you some simple hacks for gestures and your body and your voice that you can start using in class tomorrow to help your students understand the words that are coming out of your mouth. So, the first thing that we're going to start with is some strategies for gesturing. So, at the beginning of the year and all throughout the year, I like to assign a gesture to especially verbs that I know I'm going to be using a lot in class. In fact, I don't usually say a verb without assigning a gesture to it. And then as I'm talking in class for like the rest of time, I can always use that gesture so that my students understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. I have developed a very efficient, I think, system for teaching these gestures on the fly. Now, some people like to pre-choose their gestures, and other people just like to make them up on the spot. That kind of depends on your teacher personality. I tend to just make it up right there on the spot. So I want to show you how I would introduce these gestures at the very beginning of the year with an activity that I like to start the year off with, talking about the calendar. So imagine there's a calendar right here, and we're about to start talking about it. Okay, let's go. Okay, class, regarder means look. So show me regarder. Okay, class, regardez le calendrier. Et écoutez. Écouter means listen. So show me écouter. Regardez. Écoutez. Okay, class. Regardez le calendrier et écoutez-moi. For more information on how to use this sweet little hack, you should check out the PDF that's included in this video. And now, here is Sarah to teach you about the box and stop.
Okay, it's time to learn about the box and stop. What you do is you work outside of the box and then you stop. So in normal conversation every day, it's not really acceptable for you to take your limbs and go super far and do super interesting things with them. Usually when you talk to a normal person, you're kind of like doing this, you're kind of doing this, you're kind of doing this, you're super boring, you're doing this, you look like you don't want to be there. But we're not talking about that, because you want to be teaching. What you need to do is you need to work outside of the box with your body. So that way, kids are more engaged, more intrigued, and you're providing more comprehension for the things that you're saying. So, for example, instead of just being sad, what does this mean? This could be depressed, this could be asleep. What you want to do is you want to be super sad, super just can't even believe you're just like agonizing. Or you want to be super happy, like yeah, super happy. Or yeah, super happy. Or yes, super happy. Or maybe you want to be super shocked, like, oh my goodness, or I can't believe it, or are you serious? And after each time you do a movement outside the box, you want to pause so they can process, make a decision, comprehend, and mull over the word a little bit. So, back to the movements we talk about. You're super sad. I'm so sad. Really sad. Look at me, I'm sad. I'm so sad. But now I'm not sad anymore. I'm really happy. I am so happy. Look at me, I'm happy. And they're going to be a little more excited because you see more into it, and you're working outside of the box, so you bring them in, and then you're giving time for them to process a little bit. So that's the box and stop. And next I'm going to bring in John to talk about body hacks.
All right, let's talk about how to hack your body. Let's do some body hacks. All right, here's some simple things you can take into the classroom tomorrow. Number one, facing the audience. Notice how I'm standing. I'm facing out to you, my beautiful, lovely audience. Even if I have students right here, I have a student right here, it doesn't matter. I am facing out to you. Now, you may think as you're standing up here facing outwards and talking to your student over here, oh, how are you today, Sarah? It may look strange, or it may feel strange to you, but when we actually look at what's going on, your audience sees you talking to somebody, but you engaging them. Because if you turn and start facing someone who's over here, facing someone who's over here, you're shutting out your audience. Remember, the point is to communicate with your whole class, not just the individual student. It's for their benefit. So remember, turn that body out and face your class. The next one I'd like to do is another body hack that has to do with stage spacing. How to create the proper amount of space between you and your students to communicate. I'd like to invite the wonderful and talented Sarah.
Hi.
Sarah, how are you doing?
Great, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful,
Awesome.
thank you. So now, watch this. I want to keep a healthy distance between myself and Sarah. Even though she's going to be the topic of our conversation, I want to keep myself a bit of ways away from her. Because if you look at it from this perspective, hey Sarah, how you doing?
Great.
Great. Now, okay, she's not great because I just made her very uncomfortable because I'm now standing this close to her. I've now shut off my audience. And now, not only are the rest of the kids not engaged, Sarah's not into this. So, what I do is as I ask Sarah, Sarah, how are you today?
I'm doing great.
Oh, class, Sarah's doing great.
I am. I'm doing great.
She's really doing great. You see, I'm still talking to Sarah, but I'm keeping this distance away from her. Does that make sense? Awesome. So, remember, keep a safe distance between you and your student, and not only will you create comfort with that student, you will create engagement with everybody else. So that's a little body hack for you. So now I'd like to hand it over to the wonderful Sarah to teach you some voice hacks.
Yay, I have some voice hacks for you. So, you don't want to speak at the same level the entire class, no matter what's happening. You can increase engagement and comprehension by being the soundtrack to your movie or to your class. So, for example, you guys, something really scary happened last night. I couldn't believe it. That's kind of awkward for a scary story. You know how you can let your students know that a story is actually scary? Like this. You guys, last night, something really scary happened. I went to my house, and I went inside, and my husband was there early. And he had made dinner, and I was like, "You're not my husband." And I turned around, and it wasn't him. It was the husband that makes dinner. It was freaking. See that? And you know what? You can vary your intonation even if it's not a scary story. Listen to this one. You guys, I have something super exciting to tell you. You guys, I have something so exciting. I can't even talk at a normal volume. It's so exciting. See what I did? You're so into what I have to say. You know you are. You know it. That's voice hacks. However, there's more things you can do with your voice. Tina?
Yeah, so Sarah just talked about varying your intonation and your volume to create suspense or to put texture into what you're saying to your class, but you can also vary your speed. So of course we want to go like really slowly when we're establishing meaning and saying something for the first time, but if we say something super slow the first time and then speed it up the second time and then say it slowly again the third time with varied intonation, that's like the cherry on top, then we've just basically earned ourselves 3 opportunities to say the same thing in 3 different ways, thereby giving our students more opportunities to hear the language in case maybe they didn't get it the first time. Watch. Class. Well, John, come on up here. I want to talk about you. All right, so I'm going to thank you, John. I'm going to tell the class that John's really happy. Hey, class, John is really happy. John is really happy. John is really happy. So you see how I varied that speed and I varied the intonation of my voice, and so what I was saying had more texture to my students, thereby making it a little more engaging to listen to good old Miss Hargan and drone on for another day. Speaking of adding texture to your class, I'm so glad that John is here because he's going to act as my student actor, and I want to show you guys how to use a student actor to bring the noise to your class so that you don't have to always be like so excited and do all of like the emotion. Some days we're just not feeling it. Let's get real. A lot of days we're just not feeling it. So on the days that you're just not feeling it, you will really be happy to have a trained student actor that you can rely on. Me, myself, I start with a student actor that I can trust once I find them, and I train them and I use them like every single day because they're like gold to me. So the first thing I make sure is that the student actor is sitting on a stool. That way they're not ranging freely around the room and distracting everybody. In one of my first TPRS trainings, I believe it was Donna Tatum Johns, she said they should be an actor, not a distractor, and I've remembered that ever since. So I always coach my actors, especially at the beginning, thusly. Okay, John, I'm gonna use you as my actor. You cool with that?
Yeah.
Nice. So, when I talk, you're not gonna do anything until I say it, okay?
Okay.
And then you're just gonna like repeat after me, kind of like a puppet.
Okay, I can do that.
Basically, you're just like a visual aid for the class. You got it?
Yes.
All right, I think you're gonna do great.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So, when I'm using that actor, I can exhort them to more and more emotion, and I don't actually have to bring all that emotion to my class. Watch this. Hey, you guys, Bill the Pancake was really sad. No, John. Bill the Pancake was really sad. No. Bill the Pancake was really, really, really sad. No, really sad. That's enough, John. Bill the Pancake said, "Oh no."
Oh no!
No, he was really sad. He said, "Oh no.
Oh no!
I'm so sad."
I'm so sad.
No, he was really sad. He said very sadly.
I'm so sad.
No, he was really sad. He said, "I'm so sad."
I'm so sad.
And he cried. And he cried. No, he cried a lot. Yeah, he was really sad. He cried a lot. Like a lot. He cried and cried and cried and cried. John, that's enough. Thank you. So by using John as my actor like that, I can eventually just kind of like fade away into the distance and just be kind of coaching him from the side. And if I find an actor as good as John who follows my directions and lets me use them as a visual aid, I'm gonna stick with him like glue until June 15th. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
And now, Sarah's gonna talk to you about putting in sound effects.
Awesome. So there's lots of things you can do that kids won't understand unless you have a sound effect. Because objects don't speak Spanish, and maybe your kids don't understand your Spanish, but your objects do speak their sounds. So for example, you might think, oh, Sarah has a really snotty nose. But I don't really have a snotty nose until I go like this. I'm actually an elephant. I just really suck at the elephant impression. Like some of you might suck at the elephant impression or whatever impression. So I go like this. All of a sudden you're an elephant and you're not speaking English. Bam. I got another one. What is this? What is this? Oh, you think it's a bunny? You think it's a dog? No. Meow. It's a cat, of course, clearly. No matter how good you are emotions, like what is this? I don't know, it's like the feel of my own body, I don't know. What's happening? I don't know. Okay, I got one more. What's happening right now? I'm sprinkling a little salt? No. I'm twisting a little bolt onto a little nail. You didn't know, so I went, yeah. I'm not sprinkling any spices. All right, well, those are our hacks. Come on over, guys.
Okay, so thanks for joining us, and I hope that you learned today some things that you can take into the classroom right away. Because
the first step to language learning is understanding your teacher.
So click the link below, and kids, stay comprehensible.